Good morning. I am Laura. I am the owner of Rustic Scoop, and we partner with the Food and Meat Co-op to sell our amazing gluten-free, top 8 allergen-free baking mixes with all of you. And we love doing lives. We try to do at least one a month, right when each sale starts. Sometimes twice. We're going to do another one next week, so be sure that you come see that one as well. Today we are going to make our waffles because this month, as you know, is breakfast month at Food and Meat Co-op, and so we wanted to join on the fun and teach you how simple and easy it is to make our waffles. So in the comment box, if you want to buy all 4 of our mixes, I'm going to show you what they are. Just comment sold 100 and you can have all 4 of our mixes. They are all gluten-free and top 8 allergen-free. So the first one is our pancake and waffle mix. Of course, this is what we're going to be using today because we are in fact making waffles. The next mix that we have is sandwich bread. We also have our pizza crust, and we also have a chocolate cake and cupcake mix. So when you buy a sampler of our mixes, you get all 4 of those. And so again, if you want to buy them, just comment in this comment section, sold 100, and they will be yours. We are excited to get them out to you. So we are going to take hopefully about 15 or 20 minutes to make waffles this morning, 5 different ways. We love waffles. Plain waffles are great. If you like simple plain waffles, all more power to you. You can do that as well. But this morning we're going to make them 5 different ways, and they're all super easy. One thing, if you don't know us very well, we love to please a whole crowd. So it's important to us to be able to give people food that they love. And so we love options. So we love giving options to all of you to be able to feed your family or your loved ones or yourself as many options as you want. So we are going to start out here with our pancake and waffle mix. We're just going to dump it here in a bowl. Normally I make this in a stand mixer. You don't have to. Today I'm making it in a bowl. I love a stand mixer because I stir so much. It's nice for me to be able to use a stand mixer when I can. But you want to know a little secret? I broke my whisk attachment yesterday on my electric KitchenAid. It was a very sad day. So now I have to use a real whisk. So if you're just joining us, we are making waffles this morning. And if you would like to purchase our Rustic Scoop mixes, there's 4 of them. It's called a sampler. You get all 4 of our mixes: sandwich bread, pancake, waffle, chocolate cake and cupcake, and pizza. Just comment sold 100 in the box below and it's yours. So the first thing we're going to do is add, you have this recipe, it is on the blog, so don't worry, you can go grab it there. You want to add 2 1/4 cups of milk. It doesn't matter what kind of milk. This is coconut milk beverage. It's not coconut cream. They're very different, and they behave differently if you're going to bake with them or cook with them in this case. And so you can do rice milk or soy milk or almond milk or dairy milk, whatever floats your boat. Everything works. We've tried it all except dairy because our family is dairy free, but I know it will work too. So I'm just going to get it mostly mixed in here, and then we are going to add lemon juice. Again, you have the recipe on the blog if you need the recipe. The recipe is also on the back of our bag, everything except the add-ins. So it is on the back of the bag when you order our mixes. If you want them, just comment sold 100. The recipe is on the back of the bag as well. This is egg whites. If you can't do eggs, there are alternatives on the blog for you. You can do aquafaba, which is the water from a can of garbanzo beans, or you can do a powdered egg replacer. Either works. We've done them all. We actually much prefer aquafaba. We can eat egg whites. We can't eat whole eggs in our house, but we actually prefer aquafaba. I did egg whites today because it's what I have on hand. That's what I love, is that you can kind of make whatever you want with whatever you have on hand. We want to make sure that they're simple and easy to make. And then we are going to add in a 1/2 cup of melted butter. So the 1/2 cup is when it's solid, and then you just melt it for ease. Okay, so I'm going to mix as carefully as I can without getting it everywhere. And then we are going to make them 5 different ways. So if you're just joining us, we are making waffles They take, what, 3 minutes to make. I'm just about done. I'm a slow whisker because I don't want to get it everywhere. If you have questions, let us know. You can write them in the comment section. I will do my best to get to them while I am mixing and cooking. If I don't, I will always go back afterwards and answer your questions. It's important to me that we answer all the questions that we can so that you have the best experience with our mixes, because we know that you can do it and they're easy for anybody. Whether you're a cook or a baker or not, you can make all of our mixes, I promise, even including bread. People always are afraid that they can't make bread, but I promise that you can. And if you ever have questions, just let us know. You can find us on social media or you can send us an email and we're happy to help. Okay, so now you can see it's all done. Now I have mini waffle makers. I can't show you because they're plugged in and they're hot, but they're about this big. They are made by a company called Dash. I have no affiliation with them other than I own a lot of their products because they're inexpensive. You can find them online really easily and they work really well. So what's not to love? So I'm going to be making mini waffles and we are going to make them 5 different ways. So we have something for everybody. We've got gluten-free, top 8 allergen-free, top 9 allergen-free actually, chocolate chips. We have strawberries. We've got blueberries. We have funfetti. So we're gonna make funfetti waffles. Ever had them? I think it's a new thing. I think they're important for fun. So those are sprinkles. And then for people that love a savory waffle, do you like savory waffles? I have dairy-free cheese because that's what we can eat. If you can eat traditional cheese, you go for it. And on the bottom, you can't see it because I will dump it out, is chives. So we're gonna make a savory waffle as well. And it takes 1 large scoop for my little tiny ones. If you're gonna make big Belgian waffles, it takes about 2/3 of a cup or a big ladle full. And so today I'm just going to carefully put these, I'm gonna put 1 scoop. So my little one takes 1 scoop, which is between 1/4 of a cup and 1/3 of a cup. I'm gonna dump it right on in there, each of the bowls. And then I'm gonna mix each of them, and then we're gonna cook them up, and that's it. They take about, on my little one, it takes about 4 minutes to cook. And if you are making big Belgian waffles, depending on your waffle iron, for ours it takes about 7 minutes. So just make sure that you watch it so that you know how long it takes. I'm gonna come over here and refresh to make sure if there's questions over here that I'm answering questions. Again, please feel free to answer questions or ask questions, sorry. Okay. Now, I forgot spoons, so I'm gonna grab spoons. We're just going to stir them all together and then we're gonna make them. Super easy. Again, if you're just joining us, I'm Laura with Rustic Scoop. I am the owner and we are making waffles this morning 5 different ways. Right now I'm just mixing our add-ins. This one is chocolate chips. If you'd like to buy all 4 of our mixes, which is called a sampler, just comment sold 100 in the comment section and they're yours. We're excited to get them out to you and for you guys to learn and understand and know us. And so here we are. Here's our strawberries. I mean, strawberry waffles. Who doesn't want a strawberry waffle? Anyways, I would eat all of these. Hopefully you will too, and you're excited about these. So obviously you can make one version if your whole family just wants blueberry waffles. Dump the blueberries straight in the bowl, and then you just want to stir carefully so you're not smashing them. Or if you're like me and you love variety, you can go ahead and make variety. So here is our funfetti. I'm so excited to make this. Okay, I'm nerdy, don't mind me. But we have sprinkles in this one. We're gonna make a funfetti waffle. I only have 4 mini waffle makers, so one of them is gonna have to get done later. Okay, so this is for all of our savory lovers. This is chives and cheese. Now you can add whatever else you want, like in the strawberry. Oh no, I was thinking I should have done apple too. And then you can add cinnamon. So you can have cinnamon apple waffles. I don't know. I think it's a grand idea. But do whatever you love and your family loves. So I'm gonna do my best to pull these over. Excuse me. A little bit more. One of them is actually a little heart. So now I'm gonna dump all of these in our waffle makers. And my waffle makers don't require non-stick spray. If yours does, make sure that you put non-stick spray on. Just as an FYI, we have found out the hard way that avocado oil and avocado oil spray does not work for non-stick. So don't use avocado oil, but everything else should work just fine. Again, our little waffle makers right here, they don't require any non-stick. So, if you're just joining us, I'm Laura with Rustic Scoop, and we are making waffles this morning, 5 different ways. I am just right now putting them into cook, and they will be done in just a couple minutes. Oops, one of them is a heart, and I overfilled it on accident. So our heart might look funny, but it will still be loving. I always love a good pun. So here's our strawberry. And I'm gonna close them all and hope they don't overflow and explode, which is always possible because I put a lot of toppings in. So we have 4 minutes. You can hear all of them sizzling away. I don't have a timer. However, I'm gonna watch the time over here. So if you have questions, let us know. I am making waffles. And again, if you want to buy a sampler of ours, they're all gluten-free and top 8 allergen-free. However, that being said, people without food allergies or celiac disease absolutely love our mixes. And what we love about our mixes is that we say it's one meal at one table brings people together for unity, because we wanted to make products that everybody loves, not just good for gluten-free, they're good for everybody. So they will be good for your whole family. So the sampler again includes our pancake waffle mix. This is what we're making right now, the waffles. The recipe for the add-ins is on the blog, so make sure you go and grab that. Our pizza crust mix also comes in the sampler. Our sandwich bread mix. And last but not least, our chocolate cake and cupcake mix. So if you would like a sampler of one of all of those, just comment sold 100 in the box below. So the last one that we are going to make is going to be chocolate chip. I mean, who doesn't love chocolate with waffles? Or chocolate any time of the day, or with anything. So that is what we are gonna do. I'll show you what they look like in a minute. They're sizzling away. Sorry it's so loud. And so I can make more over here because I didn't use all of my filling since it had added stuff. It didn't take as much batter, but typically it takes between 1/3 of a cup and 1/4 of a cup for a small waffle, which is what I'm making, little mini waffles. If you're on the older side like me, Eggo waffles, that's about the size that the Dash mini waffles are, which we love. So we're making waffles 5 different ways this morning so that we can please everybody and make everybody happy at breakfast. It's a great weekend. It doesn't take a lot of extra time. Any of these strawberries you gotta chop up, but literally other than that, everything is as it comes. You throw in some chocolate chips, some blueberries, sprinkles, and chives. I did dried because that's what I had today. And cheese, so you don't have to chop any of that unless you buy blocks of cheese and then you gotta shred it a bit. Oh, I can smell them, they smell so good. Wish you could come have breakfast with me. I'm gonna have way more than what I need. But anyway, so let me see over here. Okay, make sure that you ask any questions that you have so I can answer all of your questions while we're live. We're not gonna be here for much longer because once they're done, then we're done. And so I will show you what they look like once I take them out, which is going to be in like 1 minute. So now is your opportunity to be able to ask any questions that you have. And again, if you come in later and watch later, make sure that you type in your questions below and we'll make sure that we answer your questions. I'll come back around and I'll answer questions that are written there. If not, they're very simple, easy. The directions are on the back of the bag that you'll get when you order a sampler. If you want it, just comment sold 100 and they are yours. Okay, I'm gonna check. Ooh, it's done. Okay. I'm gonna take these out and then let them cool for a second while our chocolate chip cooks. Okay, here you can see it nice and golden. This is our Savory Waffle. Oh, it's so cute. Look at our Funfetti. Oh my goodness, you guys, it's too much. So cute. Have you ever had a Funfetti pancake or waffle? I haven't, but now you can. Here's our little heart blueberry. Again, I'll open these so you can see the inside in a second, but I'm gonna let them cool so I don't burn my fingers. Ooh, and strawberry. They're so lovely and so simple. Again, 4 minutes and you have breakfast. So what we do is we just keep rotating, and then as people are eating, other ones are being made. So that's how we work it at my house. I'm gonna do chocolate chip ones right now, so that you can see all 4 of them. All 5. I did 4 already. I can count. Don't mind me. Okay, so there's our chocolate chip one. Yum. Okay, while those melt and do their thing, I'm gonna make, remember I had some extra filling from the strawberries and blueberries, so I'm gonna make the extras of these ones. And of course you can make these without fillings if you don't want to either. But we always love fun and different. So here's the strawberry one. We're making waffles if you just joined us. Everybody loves waffles. We did a question in our stories last week. What breakfast item is your favorite? And this was by far the most loved was waffles. So that's why we're making waffles. We love to provide what you guys are wanting. So I'm gonna show you really fast these waffles and what they look like on the inside, and then we're gonna be done. So if you have questions, now is your time to ask questions. I'm going to rinse my hand really fast. Actually, I have a napkin over here. I tend to get messy in the kitchen. So here is our cheese and chives. So we did a savory waffle. If any of you love savory, we did a chive and cheese. And I'm gonna show you. You guys, they're so good. Can you hear the crunch? Now you can see the cheese. This is vegan cheese and it melts and stretches. Anyways, so you can see in here the chives and the cheese. So if you love a savory waffle, you're not too into sweets, which is actually more at my alley. I'm more of a savory person than a sweet person, except in personality. Just kidding. Okay. And then Funfetti. If you have never had a Funfetti waffle, like I haven't, I figured why not have a Funfetti waffle. So we're gonna peel it open. I mean, seriously, how cute. It just has sprinkles in it. You can use whatever sprinkles are safe for you. And then we have our strawberry. They're crispy on the outside and they're nice and soft and tender in the inside, exactly how you want them. I mean, I just want to eat them. I already had breakfast though. And then last but not least, blueberry. Of course, you can add whatever you want to waffles. Again, I think that if you did little tiny chunks of apple and cinnamon, I think it would be fantastic. So you can see they're still hot. You got lots of blueberries in there, nice and crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. Amazing waffles. So we want you to be able to eat our waffles. Again, they took me 3 minutes to mix together, if that, by hand. You can do it in a mixer as well. And that's it. Super easy to make. We are currently making chocolate chip, but they're not gonna be done in time. So if you want to buy our 4 mixes, which are sandwich bread, pizza crust, pancake waffle, of course we're making waffles, and chocolate cake and cupcake, it's called the sampler, and you get one of each of our mixes. Just comment sold 100 in the box below, and they are yours. So thanks for joining us this morning. We hope you have waffles very soon, and you love all the different add-in options for you.